Hi guys, this is Connie, back for Connie Reads Max the Mighty, Chapter 8. Maxwell Kane is too big to hide. The last time I ran away from home, I was 5 years old and took my teddy bear along for company. Now I'm 14 and I've got a real live 11-year-old girl hanging on to my hand like she's afraid I'll disappear. We're cutting through the back streets, away from the flashing blue lights, trying to stay out of sight. I knew that would happen, Worm says. He can make my mom say anything. It happened before. They were fighting, like tonight, and somebody called the cops. But when the cops got there, my mom said it was all her fault. So what do we do now? I asked. I want to find my real dad, Worm announces. He'll know what to do. Actually, that makes sense. Let him be the one to protect her. He's probably a whole lot braver and smarter than I am. I go, so where's your real dad? Does he live nearby? Worm shakes her head. Montana, she says, in a place called Chivalry. Great. Wonderful. Geography isn't my best subject, but I know Montana is at least 1,000 miles from here. Maybe more. So whatever hope it gave me, that all comes crashing down. I could phone him, I say, but Worm shakes her head. He hasn't got a phone. I've got to see him, okay? It's important. She sounds like she's holding back tears. I go, okay, take it easy. We'll find your dad, I promise. The truth of it is, I feel like crying too. Running out on Grim and Graham is about the worst thing I've ever done. It makes me feel like there's mice fighting inside my stomach and butterflies flitting around inside my head. Maybe I really am stupid, but I can't see anything else to do but somehow get all the way to Montana and let Worm's father fix everything. More than anything, I wish my friend Kevin were here. He'd have a plan, a really cool plan with lots of adventure in it. We could take a bus, Worm says. Buses go to Montana, right? I guess so. I'm thinking she could go on her own. She doesn't need me to ride on a bus, right? And then I think, what would Kevin do if he were here? He'd figure she was a damsel in distress, and it was our job to keep her safe. No problemo, he'd say. Freak the mighty to the rescue. All for one and one for all. Except now, it's just me. Please, Worm says. Okay, we'll take a bus to Montana and find your real dad. Thinking about going that far from home makes me kind of sick and dizzy and excited all at the same time. Also, I'm wishing the sun would hurry up and go down because something that cop said bothers me. Maxwell Kane is too big to hide. And he's right. It's not like I can blend in or shrink myself down to normal size. All they have to do is be on the lookout for a moon-faced goon with size 17 shoes. Besides, just about everybody in town knows me by sight. So we're stumbling along, with me nervous and worried and not paying attention to where I'm going, and that's when I crash right into the trash can. Wham! Stuff flies all over the street. Bottles and garbage, an old newspaper, and a ratty bundle of clothes. Wait a minute, Worm says, checking out the old clothes. She picks out a suit coat with holes in the elbows, and an old tie with stripes, and one of those hats like gangsters wear in the movies. This is exactly what you need, she says, her eyes going bright. A disguise. 10 minutes later, we're heading for the bus station. I'm wearing the old suit coat and a fat tie like Grim wears to church on Sunday, and a gangster hat pulled down so the brim hides part of my big fat face. Worm has the idea to smear my cheeks with dirt so it looks like whiskers. There you are, she says, dusting the dirt from her hands, all grown up. No way. This'll work, she insists. I read it in the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. When Huck got in really bad trouble, he put on a disguise. One time he had to dress up like a girl. You can pretend to be an adult. I guess. Already I'm getting the idea that it's easier to go along with her than argue. But I look about as much like a grown-up as a brontosaurus butt. We'll need money, Worms reminds me. I've still got the $20 Grim gave me for my birthday, stuck in the secret compartment of my wallet. And Worm has $5 in a plastic purse in her backpack. And we figure that'll buy us tickets as far as the next state at least. I'm not thinking about what happens after that, or how we'll really get to Montana, which might as well be as far away as the moon. I'm mostly worried about what happens right now, this very minute. We're a block from the bus station when Worm goes, "Uh-oh." She spotted a cop car coming into the town square. No lights flashing, but they head straight for the bus station like they're expecting to find us there. Of course, the first place they'd look, right? And I'm heading right for it. What a moron. The cops get out of the car and go to the ticket window. So in another minute, they'll figure out we haven't got there yet, and they'll wait to grab us. Maxwell Kane is too big to hide. What he really meant was, Maxwell Kane is too stupid to get away. Maybe they're right, and I really am a donut brain. And then again, maybe I'm not. "This way," I whispered to Worm. We cut away from the town square, down the alleys that go by the big warehouses, out to the place where the interstate highway ramp heads west. "What are we going to do?" Worm wants to know. "We're going to break the law," I tell her, and then I do something I promised Graham I'd never do. I stuck my thumb out to hitch us a ride. That's the end of chapter 8. Whew, I almost went to start reading ahead. Nope, we'll just have to share that with you next time. Bye.